There are 4 perfumes in the Irresistible range. What are the differences between these perfumes and which one will be the best for you? You will find out in this video. And hello everyone, I'm Miri. So let's start with a comparison of the scent profiles of these perfumes. Irresistible Eau de Parfum is a gorgeous, juicy pear, delicate rose, powdery iris and clean musk combo that becomes slightly woodier as it dries down, and it is very sweet and thick but girly, like you're smelling pears, rose petals and marshmallows in the most delicious and sweet smoothie. Woody notes give depth, but this perfume still remains fun, easygoing, flirty, cheerful perfume. And because of the iris, this perfume has a bit of cosmetic makeup-y scent, and it smells like how your hair smells after going to a hair salon. It smells sweet, fragrant and feminine, like the scent of freshly washed and blow-dried hair with hairspray in the best way possible. But it still smells like a perfume and not like some cheap hairspray scent. It lasts about 6 to 7 hours on my skin and 10 on clothes, and it's for those who like sweet, fruity, rose and fun perfumes. Eau de Toilette shares rose, iris, woody notes with the Eau de Parfum, but it's very different. Compared to the Eau de Parfum, Eau de Toilette has no pear in the opening. Instead, you got white tea and cassis that has a fruity, sour, black currant and green vibe. So the opening is much fresher, greener, less sweet and more sour than in the Eau de Parfum. In the dry down, most prominent are musk and woody notes on my skin, and this even becomes a bit masculine on skin, while the rose is still in the background, so this fragrance isn't rose-centered perfume like the Eau de Parfum is, at least not on my skin. Rose here is very light-hearted and it's mainly fresh and green in the opening and musky and woody in the dry down. Because it has green opening thanks to the cassis and white tea notes, I would describe it like the scent of rose stems while you're cutting them, instead of smelling the scent of rose petals, because this perfume has a bit of herbaceous vibe. It lasts about 3 hours on my skin and 5 hours on clothes, and it projects for the first hour and then it becomes a skin scent. Irresistible Eau de Toilette Fraiche is a fruity rose fragrance that has a sweet, powdery, musky dry down. And to my nose, this is the same exact scent of the Eau de Parfum in the dry down, but the difference is that Eau de Toilette Fraiche has oranges, while the original has a pear in the opening. I like the tangy, punchy orange opening of this perfume with the pink pepper note, but the dry down is like a repetition of the Eau de Parfum. It's slightly less powdery and sweet than the original, so I would describe it like you're sitting in a hair salon waiting for your friend to get her hair done. You're smelling powdery cosmetic scent in the hair salon while peeling and eating oranges. The Eau de Parfum is the stronger scent of your friend that got her hair done, while the Eau de Toilette Fraiche is the scent of you who waited in the hair salon, got whiffs of that smell, and when you got out, the scent was gone. So that is how this perfume performs. It lasts about 2.5 hours on my skin tops, and then it's gone. Yes, it lasts a bit longer on fabric, about 4 hours, but I don't think the price is justified for such a performance. I feel like somebody mixed the names. Eau de Toilette Fraiche should be called Eau de Toilette because it's 90% similar to Eau de Parfum, just much lighter with the scent of orange peels, while the Eau de Toilette should be named Eau de Toilette Fraiche because it has a green, fresh cassis and white tea notes that make it much more greener and refreshing. Irresistible Rose Velvet has black currant note in the opening instead of the pear in the Eau de Parfum, or instead of the cassis in Eau de Toilette, or instead of orange in Eau de Toilette Fraiche. The rose scent here is fresh, dewy and realistic, like you're smelling rose petals straight from a rose bush. And overall, Rose Velvet is less powdery and more rose prominent version of the Eau de Parfum. It could be a perfume of its own, but it shares a rose iris woody combination of all the other irresistible perfumes. While the Eau de Parfum is almost sugary sweet, Rose Velvet is more realistically fruity sweet perfume that has much deeper and earthier rose because of the patchouli in the dry down. This is the scent of soaking your feet in the stream while the breeze envelopes you in the scent of roses growing next to the stream. It's not too sweet, it's not too powdery, and it's more rose-centered perfume than all the other versions, and it lasts about 4 hours on my skin. Which of them 4 will be better for you? Actually, to me, all 4 of them are better for spring and summer and daytime use, but which one is the best will depend on what type of scent you prefer. They all have like similar fruity rose scent that turns woody and musky in the dry down, but they have their differences. If you're into sugary, sweet, powdery, musky rose that has cosmetic makeup-y vibe because of the iris, go for the Eau de Parfum Irresistible. Eau de Parfum is by far the sweetest, the most powdery and dense scent of them all. If you would prefer a fresher, greener and woodier take on the original, then go for Eau de Toilette because cassis and white tea make it fresher, more uplifting and like a sour version of the original. But if you loved the scent of the Eau de Parfum but it was like too sweet, too powdery and too woody for you, then try Eau de Toilette Fresh. It's very similar, but the powdery woody base isn't overwhelming because this perfume still has a light fresh feel. And the orange scent balances out the rose and iris, so florals are tamed down and they're not as sweet as in the Eau de Parfum. And if iris was too powdery in the original, and if you wanted a perfume that will emphasize the freshness of real-life roses, and if you love patchouli, then go for Rose Velvet. She will be right up your alley. It's a rose prominent scent that is fresher, airier, and it has a watery feel to it. If this video comparison was enjoyable, informative, and helpful so far, click the like button and subscribe so it can be shared with more people. And let me know in the comments what are your experiences with these perfumes in the Givenchy Irresistible range. Which one is your favorite and why? And thank you in advance for your understanding that just because some perfume didn't work out on my skin doesn't mean it won't on yours, and doesn't mean it's not pretty. So be free to share your opinions and experiences. So let's go to the final ratings and rankings of perfumes in this range. If you have a sensitive nose and you'll get a headache if you're wearing a stronger perfume, then go for one of the Eau de Toilette versions. Both of them are easy breezy perfumes for those who are looking for something subtle and inoffensive. If you're into fresher perfumes, then go for Eau de Toilette. This one will be the best for you. But if you're like more into sweet perfumes, then go for Eau de Toilette Fresh. If you don't have problem with louder, stronger perfumes, then you should go for Eau de Parfum or Rose Velvet. Eau de Parfum is for those who have a sweet tooth and enjoy girly, extremely feminine pinkish perfumes, while the Rose Velvet will be for those who enjoy a classier, more timeless approach to perfumes with a fresh, realistic rose scent. My rating of the Eau de Parfum is 8 out of 10. It is a fun, flirty perfume with an excellent longevity on my skin and clothes, and it makes me feel like I'm some sort of a princess. I gave Eau de Toilette 5.5 out of 10 because the longevity isn't the best and it turns a bit masculine on my skin, but I enjoy fresher take on the original perfume in this Eau de Toilette. I gave Eau de Toilette Fresh 5 out of 10 because it has the weakest performance of all four of them, and it's not very unique compared to others in this range. It's like a watered down version of the original with oranges in the opening. And I gave Rose Velvet 6.5 out of 10. It lasts about 4 or 5 hours on my skin, but if it lasted longer on your skin, I'm sure it will get you a lot of compliments. And that's it for this perfume range comparison, but if you're interested to see which perfume in Valentino Donna Born in Roma range will suit your taste the best, click on this video and I will see you there.